Welcome back, Ole Miss fans, to another episode of the Rebel Talk. It's your host, Zach Moreth. As always, I'm here with Billy Kuhl, and we got a lot to give to you guys today. We're going to start with some of the Lane Kiffin coverage. He hopped on the Pat McAfee show, and then soon after, we went to go listen to Lane. And also, Ole Miss took down Oklahoma in relatively dominating fashion, if you will, Billy. I thought they left a lot of points on the board, and if Ole Miss took care of business and they were at home, I think you win that game by 14 plus, in my opinion. There were a couple things that Ole Miss did really well, some things they still have to clean up, but all in all, the team's in a really good spot, I feel. You have a playoff bid. Granted, you went out, and last year was a very similar situation, and team went to Florida and lost. So you plays a good South Carolina team with Lenora Sellers, who's an absolute baller. Billy and I were talking about it earlier. He's basically a better version of Taylor Green, in our opinion. Florida comes to town. Everyone knows the deal with Florida. They're always extremely talented and athletic, and there's a lot of weirdness around that game because of their fan base. And then it stayed on the road. So, did I forget the Citadel? But look, bottom line is you got to win out. You do have a bid, but these are teams you really don't want to overlook here if you're Ole Miss. First and foremost, let's talk about Lane. He joined the Pat McAfee show. Similar deal. He's not going to give anyone an answer until the season's over. But with LSU opening, Billy, I think I'm starting to get a little more confidence knowing that Ole Miss has a playoff bid. Granted, they went out. And in December, basically 1 month, that's when all these national signing days start taking place. So if you think Lane's going to just completely miss out on this entire recruiting class that he's been putting together for the whole year, and then say Ole Miss makes the playoffs, then you're playing playoff games in December, and then it's portal season. So there's not a lot of time to go pack your bags to Baton Rouge or Gainesville, even though there's a lot of buzz around that. I just wanted to get your opinion on the things he said today and your thoughts on the situation.
I think the situation's so weird because I know Lane makes that documentary and he puts out this new public image of himself. And I think he's done a great job sustaining it. It's just like, I don't know what goes on inside his actual head and behind the scenes. So that always lingers with me. And like, to be completely honest, scares me. Just because, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
people change, but
somewhere deep down, that's the same guy who left Tennessee overnight, dude.
Exactly. And gave a press conference after, which I hope he's learned from in case that happens.
Oh man, that is a very good point. He mentioned it, but Billy wanted to kind of touch on it as well. It's a big week for the Ole Miss fan base. Lane, you'd have to imagine, is considering that he can play in stadiums that are packing out 90 to 100,000 people on a weekly basis. There's a clear message for the fans here, Billy.
Lane's trying to rally the fans today. He said it. He was like, we need to sell out. I heard we're not sold out. We need to sell out. So my biggest thing with Ole Miss fans wanting Lane to stay, it starts with them, and they have to show out for their team, their coach, if they really want to prove themselves as somewhere he should stay forever, honestly.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. We also asked him about the Realtree collaboration, which is happening this week. There's merchandise everywhere. They got the new helmets. I mean, they're making custom shoes for people in the Ole Miss Athletics office. Realtree's got a really good thing going, and they're donating a lot of that money to the Grove Collective. So go give your support over there. Let's get into it. Oklahoma game, Trinidad Chambliss.
Go ahead, Zach. I got a question. Are we allowed to talk about the text you sent in the group chat today?
Regarding
the budget expenses.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. I want you to touch on that because I don't really
reporting it. I think we'll be okay.
Okay. I didn't see the Bleacher Report. I just saw your text
for LSU.
No, the stadium expansions, and coach salary budget thing.
Oh, okay. Basically, long story short, I don't want to go too into the details, but actually, with this we can. Yeah, 6 new people joined the Ole Miss Athletics Foundation. And for those who don't know, that's different from the Grove Collective. Sorry about that for the listeners, but it's different from the Grove Collective, and this is what pays the coaches' salaries and facilities around campus. to be in the Vaught Society, you have to donate. Guess how much, Billy? $25,000 a year in the OMAF Instagram. Go drop a follow to Ole Miss Athletics Foundation. A lot of good people over there. Posted 6 people this morning. So you're seeing a similar effort like we did in 2022 when the Auburn job was buzzing around. But I mean, that's another thing. Like, people are buying into this thing, man.
Yeah. Sorry for listeners about that. I just wasn't sure. We should have talked about that before the show started.
I know. What are we doing, dude? No preparation. What are we doing? All right, Oklahoma.
Who are you?
315 yards. Dude, he just finds a way. I mean, we could talk about all these the weird overthrows and underthrows, but the bottom line are his legs give you a chance to win, period. And when he's feeling himself around the pocket, I thought he did a better job than at Oklahoma. He's just dangerous, man. He averages 4.4 running. This dude was versatile, absolutely got the job done for Ole Miss in a really big fashion against Oklahoma, Billy.
Trinidad looked great. I say great lightly because, yes, he played very well, but it's also just like you're going against a great defense. There's going to be times where you look uneasy.
Totally fair.
You know, off talent. But, like, 315 yards speaks for itself, and 53 on the ground also speaks for itself. I think he's a great overall player. It's just when you go against a team like that, you're going to have shaky spots, and that's okay.
100%. And another guy contributing to that, Keon Lacey. Again, the stat sheet's going to tell you only 2.9 a carry, but just talk on the importance of having a guy like that.
Keon Lacey has quickly emerged as one of my favorite players in all of college football. I just think he's so entertaining to watch, and being able to interact with him pretty frequently. They like to throw him out there for the weekly press conferences, but I think he does a great job in them. I just think he has the right mindset, and he is just a talented player on the team. Everyone seems to rally behind him too. You know, we heard J-Dub talk about him when he came in, and he loved him. Lane continues to praise him. I think it also helps that he's asked about a lot because he has been that good. But again, you know, Lacey's up to 12 touchdowns now in the year, and I think that's big. He gets a lot of short yard carries, and that's something the Rebs did not have last year. They relied a lot on J.J. Pegues and Jackson Dart and that talented receiving core. So
I think
it's great to say, like, they have a running back.
It's so refreshing, man. And by the way, Jamarius Brown and Will Eccles, was 4-star offensive lineman in high school, for those who didn't know, dishing out the business on those goal line runs, man.
Dude, Jamarius leveled someone.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody can really stop that play with Keon behind them. So that's the goal line package that you need. No more snapping the ball to Will Eccles like they did Pegues. Like, the D-tackle plays that was rough. It's bringing back some PTSD. So let's stay on this topic. My receiving core, Winnie Watkins, man.
What a showing.
And dude,
a showing.
I just can't even wrap my head around it because he wasn't dominating like this during spring ball. He comes out and boom. I mean, was he like the all SEC freshman of the week or something?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting it done, man. Harrison Wallace, Caden Lee. Damn, this stat, it's impressive. You really cannot double team anybody. What are your thoughts there, man?
Winnie balled. And I mean, Lane keeps touching on it. Every time he has a good game, it's like he's got to stop talking about him so his price doesn't go up and other schools don't come for him. He absolutely loves him on the team. He called him a true pro today, if I'm correct. You know, he praised his preparation and just his overall talent. You know, he shows it every week in, week out. Even if he doesn't have a lot of catches, they're always impactful, big catches, or you notice it because he's just been so good for them. And then I would just want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys catching a pass, with 7 of those 8 guys catching multiple, and the only dude that didn't is the only dude that scored a touchdown, believe it or not. Trace Bruckler, give a shout out to him. What a game he had. We'll get into that a little bit more, but just this depth is insane.
It's pretty ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's really just neat that you go from having Trey Harris and Jordan Watkins and all these different guys to a better core. I mean, this is one of the biggest concerns. I had one of my friends who works at Georgia. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, surely your receivers won't be as good." He said that in the offseason, and here we are. No, yeah, they're not. They're better. I
Yeah.
don't. Lane Kiffin and his ability to recruit receivers. I think George McDonald deserves a lot of credit over there out wide. They're absolutely game changers. I mean, Deuce Alexander's. I mean, these guys just the list goes on, man. This is a special group, so Ole Miss fans really need to appreciate them while they're here. I also want to touch on a couple new guys who we didn't see a whole lot of for the whole year, really. The first is Prince Will Uman-Mielen.
Oof.
What an absolute beast. This was kind of his coming out party. I mean, he looks like his brother out there, and I don't want to compare, but he's an animal. He's fast. He was getting off the edge. Perkins, another really just productive game. He's keeping containment even when he's not getting tackles, and his closing speed. Fun to watch, man.
Yeah, Prince Will, 6 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 2 TFLs. Like, that's a big game. And the biggest thing I have on that is he's showing this, and he's still a junior with a year of eligibility. So he's just going to continue to get better. And I think that Princely being in the NFL is going to impact how good he is next year too, because he's going to have that offseason training, and he's going to get professional offseason training from his brother.
Isn't that ridiculous?
And he's going to be so good next year. And that was the biggest concern. When they recruited him, it was just like, it feels not nepotism is not the right word, because there's obviously a talent there, but it's just like, oh, his brother was so good, and he really wasn't all that great at Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that Pete Golding has done what he has done, not only for Princeville, but this entire defense over his tenure here, is insane.
It's unbelievable. We mentioned Perk, Uman-Mielen. Who else on the defense really stood out to you, Billy?
Cushigan. And that's not just because I'm looking at the stat sheet and he had like a tied for the most tackles. When I was watching him play, it felt like he was all over the place. I think he got burnt on the one route where John Mateer had a nice ball to him, but he looked very well. I kept hearing his name. I kept seeing him everywhere. I just thought he had a great game.
His one-on-one coverage really impressed me. Even on that deep ball, it was just one of those where it was perfectly placed. I thought the coverage was still really good. And then a couple plays later, they tried that. And he was in there, dude. No PIs. It was productive, really encouraging, because after that Georgia game, there was really no sign of life from that secondary. So I think that's probably the term I want to use for this defense, encouraging. Might be another tough one this week with Lenore Sellers, but that offensive line for South Carolina has been really inconsistent. I told Billy I think their whole season would change, and they might even get some momentum to come try and ruin Ole Miss's season if they beat Bama. But then they lose, and I'm hearing Beamer's name with Virginia Tech, where his dad coached. So there's a lot of weird things happening over there. Bottom line is
some heartbreaking fashion too. Like,
yeah,
they're ready to storm the field.
Yeah, dude, they did this last year too
against LSU.
Yeah, I'm like, just stop lining up to storm the damn field. You got to learn. I am really that. I mean, the Vaught might not be the best stadium, but at least the setup doesn't line up like that, because we just be jinxing ourselves every week, dude. Kicker, I can never say his name correctly.
Carnero,
absolute beast, getting it done. In people, we are a special teams podcast. I'm going to say
I was about to say this is my favorite part of the show at this point.
But dude, kicking. Look at the Georgia game last year. Look at 4-for-4 Oklahoma this year. Look, I want to take you all back to memory. Ohio State, Georgia, to get to the Natty, shanks it. Ohio State shanks it New Year's Eve.
Really
Kickers
bad.
matter, guys. And this guy is full confidence right now. He has been kicked. He kicked really well back-to-back weeks in two of the hardest places to play in the country. It's a game breaker when you have a guy who can line it up at 55 yards and nail it down the crosses, dude.
He is 6 of 18 on the year.
Yeah. Like you really
And
people don't really appreciate it enough. We're supposed
his
to
only 2 misses are from 40 to 49 and 50 plus.
There you go. So shout out Carnero. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know.
Yeah, that is right.
Absolute beast. That was really all I had in the Oklahoma game. I thought this was just a refreshing win, dude. It was the fourth quarter,
yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna drop this game again. No, 9-0 run in the fourth. They pulled it out. Trinidad, the offense finally looked good in that fourth on the road. It was a special game, and definitely a fun one that, like I said, man, granted that you went out and take care of business, gets you a playoff bid. Go ahead, Billy.
I got one final thought because this is very pro special teams podcast. For the third week in a row, Oscar Bird looked unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, I've never looked at a punter. I'm a Jets fan, as you see the flag behind me. I see a lot of punting, except for this weekend. 1-7. But Oscar Bird, five punts, 218 yards, averaged 43.6, and landing 3 inside the 20.
That's phenomenal, dude.
I've never looked into punting stats the way I have at Oscar Bird's this year.
Dude, it's the little things,
He's a
man.
beast.
Yeah, you don't even realize it's the little things like that. I mean, special day, special performance from the special team guys. And they're definitely going to be a huge factor moving forward. We're going to continue to get back to you guys this week with some more South Carolina content, keep you updated on the Lane Kiffin saga, whatever you want to call it. But as always, we appreciate you tuning in. Tune to the rebelwalk.com. Follow us on social media. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Howdy toddy.